watching the award-winning GHS-TV, Germantown Community Television, your hometown news and information station.
Welcome back. With us is Bill Jones. We're talking about estate planning. You know, Bill, it's one of those things with the estate planning, there's always tons of questions, and I know you get them every day.
Well, people are trying to plan for an event that will occur when they're not here. So there's always, I think, some apprehension. When people call me to set up their appointment to come in and do their will, their living will, one of the questions I repeatedly get is, what do I need to bring in? What documents do I need to bring? Bank accounts, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. For the type of documents that I'm creating, generally, you're going to know everything that you need to bring in for me to create just a simple will that says, my husband gets it all. If we're both gone, this is who I'd like to take care of the children. In the living will and the power of attorney, it's generally going to be the spouse, or in the event they're not there, a very close relative. But with you, I'm assuming it's going to be a little different. It's not just going to be, let's give this to the husband or this to the wife. What does somebody need to bring in if they want to talk with you about a complex strategy?
Well, with a complex strategy, we need to know certain things like, who have you given gifts to? How much were the gifts? Because if they're over the exclusion amount, then that's going to reduce the amount that is sheltered at your death from tax. And actually, sheltered's not a good word. The IRS doesn't like that, but excluded from being taxed is the appropriate term. And then, you know, if you've got a business, we're going to need the documents for that to know, okay, we've got to get this business valued to know where we're at.
So like the operating agreement, or just an evaluation of the business? Well,
the operating agreement, you know, whether or not it's a C Corp or an S Corp or an LLC, what it does, we're going to have to understand the big picture, because we need to know everything that the person has and be able to look at it and see, is this something that's going to grow, or is this something like, you know, certain farms that people have, they are exempted. I think it's now up to $820,000 if it qualifies.
And that's on a farm?
Yeah, on a farm. And, you know, it's one of those that there's certain little nuances like that in there. And whether or not they've had any planning done, how this is set up, and then obviously who we need to leave it to. We need to know a little bit about their story so we can advise them, okay, if you've got, you know, the kid that's the CEO of a company, you may want to give them a gift outright because they're responsible. And if you've got the kid that's a surfing bum over in Hawaii that mooches off of you all the time, you may want to stick it in a trust.
I'd love
and have
to be that guy.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So basically what it sounds like is, for me, what I'm creating for my clients is basically a will that says very simple language. If I'm not here, I want it to go to this person. If that person's not there, I want to go to this person. But it sounds like what you're doing is a more comprehensive strategy that's ongoing and that takes everything into account. I mean, it's more of a big picture deal, whereas mine's, okay, let's plan for this one happening.
Right.
And that would be your death, whereas you're looking at much larger tax consequences.
Yeah, and with that, you know, generally we are meeting with our clients at least twice a year on this stuff in January and December, because what we want to do is we want to make sure before the end of the year we've gifted out, you know, you can gift, every individual can gift to any individual $13,000 worth of value, whether that be in stock of your business. So, you know, if you've got a business that produces cams and you've got kids that you want to pass that on to, you can slowly gift them out that value of stock, which is great, because if that stock pays a dividend or it grows, then you've gifted them $13,000 that doesn't reduce your exemptions, and you've given them something that continues to grow. So if it grew in your pocket, then you're going to get hit with a huge tax bill at your death. So it's gifting like that. And those gifting plans, because you can give joint gifts with your spouse and get a lot more out. A good example of this is say there's the familial home, and mom and dad are going to retire to Oakland, Tennessee, and they want to gift that home to their daughters. Well, it's a $300,000 home. So if they do an outright gift, then that reduces the amount that is going to be excluded when they get taxed on the death tax or the estate tax. But if they structure it such as, okay, we're doing this as a sell, and with that sell, it's 20. They've got a purchase price that's equivalent to what the exemption amount is every year, as far as tax goes. Well, as far as interest goes, and as far as the sell price goes, then this is it hits that exemption amount every year, and eventually you've got $300,000 of asset out of your estate, and it doesn't get hit with a 45% tax, and you manage to achieve your plan.
But that's something they're only going to know if they take the time to get a strategy.
Right. And that's the thing, is a lot of people will start doing gifting without consulting folks, and they think,
Sure,
this is valued at $13,000 because I say it's valued at $13,000. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If you don't file a gift tax return with the IRS, then the IRS can come back at any time and say, oh, no, that was valued more, and you owe us this amount in tax, you owe us penalties, and you owe us interest.
they get to make the rules, don't they?
They do. So, and we're here to work within that confines of the rules and to, keep them in line as far as you only get what you're entitled to and not any more. And that's the whole point in the estate planning, is to make sure that your wishes are carried out and that your money goes where you want your money to go. Simple. Our time is up for this edition of Legalese. I'd like to thank our guest for taking time out of his busy schedule to be with us and for sharing his thoughts and insights. If you would like more information about Legalese or any other program on GHS TV, please refer to our website at www.ghstv.org. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to join us next time for more discussions on legal topics. Until then, I'm Vince Perryman. Thank you for watching.